Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the newest update that just finished rolling out, update 1.6.2. So this one's a pretty big one. It has some really cool stuff they added. So in this video, I'm just kind of going to do a general overview of everything that they have added. And then in a couple of follow-up videos, I'm going to dive into a few just different aspects of the update, more in depth, kind of explain different mechanics, different items they've added. So to start off, they did add here in normal mode, I now have chapter 13. So it'll be interesting to just see, compared to chapter 12, how much harder it is, what kind of stuff you'll need in order to complete it. The next thing they added, and one of the biggest things they added, just because there are a lot of different kind of mechanics and stuff that go along with it, are artifacts. So we'll see right here that you should get, once you update the game, log in, you should get one artifact for free, this epic water artifact, to go along with ARP, the free water slime you get. But then you'll be able to get more artifacts from the artifact chest. And in order to open the artifact chest, you should, I believe you get like a free one every day with an ad. But then you'll need these artifact keys, which will be used to open the artifact chest and get more artifacts, as well as some of these artifact material. This is the only way you can open these chests. You can't do it with gems or anything as of now. So it is kind of cool, but it's just a unique chest where, like the equipment, you can just buy with gems. Now, one other thing they did change, and this is just kind of an interface thing. If you go to your epic chest or any of your common or your premium chest, if you hit that info just button on the top right of the screen, you're going to see it actually breaks out the actual probability. Now, the probability of getting a legendary piece of equipment, now this is with Vainly equipped and maxed out. So the probability of getting a legendary piece of equipment is unchanged at 4.5%. The S-grade legendary is unchanged at 3.5%. But now what we get is it conveniently breaks down the actual probability in a chest pull of getting each of these individual pieces of equipment. You'll see like my death set is higher, and then I have a few other random pieces that are higher, and that's just because the wish list mechanic is here. So anything I have selected in the wish list has its odds doubled as far as whether I would get it in a just unlocking an epic chest. The next thing they added, kind of interesting to see, is the limited chest. Now the limited chest, it has all the same kind of stuff as far as you can get good, rare, epic, legendary, or S-grade legendary, S-grade epic pieces of equipment. But the main difference is, well, aside from it being more expensive to start, so if we compare it, the epic chest is usually 2,200 gems. This limited chest is 3,780 gems. But the real big difference is, if you do happen to grab a S-tier grade legendary piece of equipment, you're only going to be getting one of these 8 cycling pieces of equipment. So every week this will just rotate, and there'll be different 2 sets in there that you'll be able to get. But this is just nice because if you really are only trying to get the death set or the dominator set, this can be a good way, because it does just limit the pool. Because I mean, if we go on this just epic chest, you'll see there's so many different S tier pieces of equipment in here. So it is harder to get, even when it's in the wish list, it's hard to get the one you want. This limited chest definitely does boost the probability, but it's more expensive. So if you don't really have a specific targeted piece of equipment that's in the shop, then it's really not that helpful. But if you are planning to use the limited chest trying to get certain piece of equipment, you're probably going to want to save a lot of your gems, just because that is going to be important, as far as you're going to need a lot of gems, because this does cycle every week, and it is 3,780 for 10 pulls. So if you're trying to get that kind of pity S-tier legendary every 50 opens, you're going to need quite a bit of gems in order to do that. Now the next thing I did want to show, they updated the merge interface, and now that it's going to be the same for the actual equipment you can merge. But here you can see, even though if I click the merge button, it's going to show all my equipment, and then if I select one of them, it'll show what I need to in order to merge it. But obviously it won't let you merge it if you don't have the necessary pieces of equipment. Another thing they added was the auto battle function, which that's going to be covered in a separate video. Kind of a neat thing, and just ideally it's going to help your progress in general. Now the next thing I did want to touch on, just another quick interface change, is the daily events tab. If you go in where you would do the Gygus Battle Mine Treasure, and then they're going to add a new event soon, probably to go along with the artifacts. They just changed how that looked a little. One other thing they changed was the League shop. So if we go into the League and then into the League shop, they did add some new items. This is how really primarily you're going to be able to get these artifact keys. They're pretty crucial for unlocking and just getting those artifacts. Another thing on the homepage here, we have the timed growth. So it's like a week event where you can purchase packs, where this is where you can actually purchase artifact keys with real money. You get some gems along with it if you want to. But then you do have these tasks where if you open a certain amount of artifact chests, you're going to get some additional artifact keys, gems, and then some star essence, which is just nice in general because you're going to be able to open a couple more artifact chests. And then the star essence is useful for artifacts, which I'll touch on in another later video. The final thing I did want to talk about and mention here is we now have a really new reason to farm hard mode. And this is just because with the just the new artifact, kind of everything they've added there, one of the materials you need to upgrade those artifacts is a refining stone. Refining stones, you can get those through the artifact chests, but now only in hard mode stages can you actually get them just as a reward for just farming the stage. Now, it kind of works the same as it does in normal mode. If you're farming earlier on, you might only get 1 or 2, or you might have several rounds where you just don't get any, but later on you'll get even more. So if you farm like in hard mode, like farming like stage 5, 6 later, you could get 4 or 5 just of these refining stones, which are going to be important for artifacts, which I'll touch in that other video. But that's pretty much it for this update. Lots of cool stuff. Thanks for watching though, and let me know if you have any questions.